individual crime. Where ultimately I think we have more opportunity
Right.
for us as citizens to have an impact on society.
I think ultimately by the end, see, I'm shying away from the idea of the arch nemesis because it is so cliche and reductive, really. I mean, because the idea of looking at all of the things that are wrong in our society and saying, it's the Riddler's fault. That just sort of takes away the meaning of it, and also the idea that the bad guys, it's like it comes down to the choices. That everybody is the hero in their own story. So even the bad guys have a reason for doing what they're doing. Even the people who seem like, because episode 4 is about Dakota, who is a complete bastard in the second episode, and then you kind of find out his story. And it's about, because nobody sets out to be the villain. Nobody makes that choice and goes, I'm going to be the bad guy, Everybody thinks that they're making they think that they're making the right choices. And we're looking at that, looking at the choice.
It's so cliche to say, but it's like we are our own bad guy. The bad guy is us. Good guy is us. It's so cheap.
Yeah, we've met the enemy and he is us, but we've also met the hero. Yes.
For Shane, so how do you do the music?
I recorded all on Logic and MIDI controller and some synth software synths.
So you do all of it. Like you don't have a pit band that you bring in. It's all you. Awesome.
I was just kind of curious how you came up with such a sort of heroic kind of triumphant sort of.
Everybody thinks that all of this is like we take a camera out and we just point it at something and magical stuff happens with music. It was like Shane spent hours and hours and hours in front of the piano coming up with this theme that we use maybe a minute total in all 3 episodes so far. But also it's sort of like the editing process. This 10-minute, each one of these 10-minute episodes takes hours to cut together. I was joking with my parents earlier is that my roommate is so sick of hearing Crystal scream. Because I would go over and over and it's like, ah! Ah! And it's the same scream. It's like more of it.
Is that party music that you guys listen to for about a minute and a half? I listened to that for about 91 days.
And we have had another song that was in the first episode and the second episode, and both of us, since for listening to it over and over and over again while we were editing, we're like, we can never, ever use
Atlantean
this song.
Twilight.
Atlantean Twilight.
The Atlantean Twilight fan.
I don't think he used it in a film.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So we have now since banned Atlantean Twilight from any future episode. So yes.
For Shane too. How long have you been making music?
About 2 years now.
All right. That's cool. Yes.
So if you don't really know how to read music, what clues you into the fact that you had that talent to
Well,
put music together?
both my parents were in a band for a long time, and my mom's a music teacher. So I've been playing instruments all my life. I haven't really been recording
That's
and writing.
awesome.
non-functioning replica, but weighted and got magazine and it's really scary.
Yeah, that's
We needed
really
something
cool.
good for that
Yeah.
super intense close-up.
It was either that or a squirt gun. I was like, oh, let's just use a squirt gun. We'll paint it black. Oh, I was like, no. I got it. Thank God.
I know.
I mean, and that's just exemplifies like working in the Syracuse area. One of the things that's really nice is that there is this burgeoning little film community that definitely supports each other. We got Tim Ferlito right here, who was doing King Lee, and who has constantly been telling me, you know, if there's anything you need, let me know. And I'm really going to take advantage of it. Yes.
Is there a mask methodology? Like, I noticed there were 2 different masks. Do you have, like, there are a set number of masks in circulation? Or, like, do people get to make their own masks after they've been, like, saved?
Was there a shoebox at your door?
No, I'm just, you know, I didn't know if there's
Like
some...
in the actual show kind of thing, or
Yeah,
how
like
many masks do we
there
have?
was like black mask
Yeah.
and then there was white mask.
Yeah.
I didn't know if there were like set numbers going around or.
Like in the mythology of the story.
Yeah.
No.
We kind of wanted the lady one to look different.
Yeah. Well, I had gotten another white mask, and Paul was like, "Oh, we need a black mask." I was like, "That sounds cool." So, really, ultimately, it's the idea of that paying it forward kind of thing. In that it would be kind of like a telephone game. In that initially there is the citizen who passes the mask on to someone, but then that person would then affect someone else and maybe doesn't pass the mask on, but that person is still affected and chooses to be better, chooses to be put on a mask, then would have to develop their own. Yes, so ultimately by the end there will be a bunch of that are the same that would have been passed out by the citizen, and then their own masks out from that. So I actually had thought about that.
He's the creator, so he really decides. I mean, I just sort of work with this, but I kind of like the idea of keeping it ambiguous, sort of, you know, kind of keeping it where you can sort of draw your own conclusions about what's going on without being too vague, where it's like, what the hell is going on? You know, something in between. You know, I really like the sort of nondescript brown paper bag like that. That struck a chord with me for some reason. But then the mask and the nose, like it. I wanted to keep it ambiguous, me personally. This thing.
Well, I mean, no, but it is ambiguous in that you know it keeps getting the idea is that that it has an idea, it keeps growing, and when it grows, it evolves, it changes.